Kalonka. Welcome back to the final two. Yes, I know I took Sal's spot. I hope it's not awkward. I know he's the one that always kills it. But Sal, what's up, my man?
What's going on, my brother? How you doing, man?
Good, bro. Good. Damn, man. What an episode. Holy smokes, my man.
Yeah, man. I mean, first off, shout out to our previous guest, Manuel Corporon, man. He was able to really make this happen where he was able to bring most of his teammates from LaSalle Baseball. And I mean, Ali, you're going to cover this right now, but currently they're in a big issue.
Bro, being a former Division I player myself and not playing anymore, I understand mine was more of a condition. Imagine you being there and all of a sudden, just your season getting canceled. And the funny part, the craziest part about the whole thing is like, usually you'll get a notice. You know what I mean? Like, hey guys, you know, we're finding things out. They got told, bro, within like 2 hours. How crazy is that?
30 minutes prior to their meeting with the team. Imagine that. I mean, first off, like we mentioned in the episode, we were talking about how, you know, COVID has been a big issue, but now like we're talking about your whole program being finished, not allowed to play baseball.
Sal, can you please tell the audience how much the school wants? Because I emphasized it 300 times.
I can't even. I mean, first off, how much is a regular program for a baseball programs? How much is that worth? Like 300,000? It's thousands. It's only thousands of dollars. I know 300,000 is a lot, but compared to what these guys have to make, they're requiring them to make first number. I believe it was 9 million, and now it's $100 million. I mean, we're not obligated to speak on, you know, the whole, you know, details of what's really going on with that. But at the end of the day, I mean, these are kids that are really just trying to play baseball. They haven't violated any COVID restrictions, aren't even like troublemakers, etc. They just want to play baseball. So cool thing that happened was that they were really able to bring exposure to the team and to LaSalle University by having one and only Prez.
The Prez, baby.
The Prez.
The Prez.
Sports to really shout them out, wear their attire with LaSalle Baseball, and really give the kids a, you know, hope. I mean,
bro, what did you like? The reason I found out about it was Sal, since we had Manny on the show first. Manny was a close friend of mine, but Sal didn't really know him that much. But after the show, we all became really good friends.
Great friends.
Sal sends me a DM and texts me like 400 times, like, bro, check out your DM. I'm like, what could be so important, Sal? And I see it.
Yeah. So cool thing was, not only with the situation that happened last week, but Manny was on Barstool because he had like a crazy like slider, I think he gave. And like there was a funny caption that Barstool Sports gave him, and he got over 1 million views, probably 2 million views off of the Instagram post. But last week, James Santor get the Prez's attention, Dave Portnoy, and make an episode of the One Bite reviews, the pizza reviews, near the university for LaSalle, and it got so much exposure, hits upon hits, millions of views. And he does mention in the video, like the pizza was like it was mediocre. but let's look at it. Ultimately, it brought them exposure. That's what they needed. It wasn't about the money at first with the funds and all that. They wanted exposure. They're like it, and it got exposure. It got millions of views. I mean, what was your take with that?
No, I mean, imagine someone like the Prez, you reaching out to him. Do you understand how big the Prez is? Like, I look up to him. I keep watching videos on YouTube because I love his mentality. I love his mentality. And I love the way he just says, if you to anything, I'm going to achieve it. So just the fact that through an email, he got the Prez's.
Not even through email, through a DM. I think it was DM. Because he does the Day Trader Global in the mornings. Able to get his attention through that. Like, what can I do? He says, and boom, got that exposure. That's huge. It sheds light. It sheds light.
We can't give the viewers that many details though. You guys gotta go check out that episode though.
Check out this episode, the Final Two podcast with LaSalle Baseball.
LaSalle Baseball.
We'll see you guys.
Peace. topics we're about to hit, but let's start off, boys. How is it like to be at LaSalle? What is that feeling like walking on that campus?
It's fun, bro.
It's kind of nice, especially because it's a relatively small school. So I mean, everyone really knows each other. It's kind of like a family, I guess.
Yeah.
Very,
Manny,
very community driven. Like everybody knows each other, like you said. Say hi to all the neighbors. Like it's a very nice place to be, and you kind of feel like you're at home there after a little bit.
Manny, is it like after you a little bit?
Nah, not at all. At LaSalle, everything is tightly packed. Like everyone's a family, and like although we don't have like all the resources that like all the big schools have, like everyone's like appreciative of what we have, and we all just like love each other. That's why our like team chemistry is just so good.
That's dope.
Which is why, yeah.
That's dope for real. So, what is a day like at at LaSalle as a baseball player? What is it like? Anyone, I mean, y'all can participate. Come on, raise your hand.
Think about you guys now. You guys got to talk about this one.
I mean, this time last year we would wake up early, like 3-4 days a week. We had early practice. Then we would knock out our classes, and then you had the option to go to the field later and work on some things. Where like as a student athlete, you have study hall, lift, like 4 or 5 times a week. So it's pretty busy. But that goes for being a student athlete in general, not just LaSalle baseball. But
There's literally no life as a student athlete.
Yeah, and also talking like about like our team. Usually, you like if you see one of us, usually there's at least like 4 or 5 like with each other. Like we're always together, and like I said before, like the team chemistry is just unmatched, which is something that, not to say anything bad about FDU, but it's nothing like how it was back there.
No, and that's really cool because like again, like it's almost like you almost like got traded. Like think about it, like in a professional aspect, like you got traded to another team and immediately you gelled with that team. Like that's awesome that you were able to not only transfer from FDU to LaSalle, but you did it like in a very clean and way for you to not only play better, but as well mentally. Like it's great to have like these are basically like your brothers, as you say it in practice, and that's awesome.
Yeah, so. And like if you were to come up to me last year, like a year ago, and ask me that, like I would have told you that they were already my brothers. Like from the first time I like linked with them, like we like bonded right away, like immediately, and like I just knew I was at the right place, and I'm just thankful for this team and everyone that's involved.
So what makes you guys so close?
Just how we get along, I guess. I mean, it's not even just this year either. Like since I was a freshman, it's been like that. It's just always been a thing. I mean, Santor can tell you too. I bet when he was a freshman all the way up till his senior year, it's just a bond that you come in and you just build right away.
Yeah, it's a special type of person that gets recruited to LaSalle and that can stay there for all 4 years. I think I'll give a lot of credit to Coach Lake, who recruited me back in the day, and every single guy that he recruited was the right type of person. So they're great academics. They were talented on the field, but had a lot of room for growth. So we all kind of had the same goals in mind, and that was to get better on the field and off the field and actually try to win some games. So, again, I think Manny said it, like we don't have the best facilities. We don't have the best of anything, but we make the best of what we have. And I think that right there really like makes us all work together and for that common goal. We all kind of understand what we have to do. So I know like being an adult now, which really kind of sucks, but a lot of the stuff I learned at LaSalle and like the way I communicated with my teammates and everything like that, it really like has helped me so much in my career. So everything that we did at school, it really does set you up for the future. So especially at LaSalle in a small university like that and a very tight-knit environment, like it just teaches you everything.
So guys, I mean, if you guys are so like everything is so good with you guys, like what the heck is going on then? Like, can you guys please share the story of what the heck is going on with LaSalle baseball right now?
Yeah. I mean, obviously, first off, COVID's a huge part of like the decision that was made with not just us, but the 6 other sports that got cut as well. But that's, I guess, money too. I mean, it's just a bunch of stuff. Title IX's involved, which is like one that you can't have like 5 men's sports get cut and only 1 woman's. It has to be like even.
Wow.
So what they told us is that like they told us it's not financial, which I'm not going to dispute what they said, but you can take that for what it is. But they said that they want to take the remaining sports and be able to better optimize them for success. So basically, they're saying if they basically, it almost sounds like, some of these sports are dead weight to them, where they want to get rid of these sports so they can divert those funds to better, to better use for the other teams. So that's just their approach, and that's not easy for anybody to hear, especially when as an alum or as a current player, as a parent, whatever it is, like to say that basically your program's not worth that time and effort to make sure that we can optimize it for all the teams and just the teams that they have left. So, I think that's where we all kind of stepped in and said, hey, like, we can make this better for everybody involved. Like, give us a chance here. I understand them wanting to put money into different things to make other teams better, but I mean, these guys have been working really hard, and so is Coach Miller, getting some great recruits to improve this program. And they definitely made a huge difference. I think 25 wins was it 2 years ago, guys?
Yeah.
So a lot of progress already, and this is like the first season they would have been a fully funded team in I think probably program history. So to not give them that opportunity to see what they can do with that, that's not fair to these guys. So there's a lot of stuff that they're saying. We're not sure what's true, so we're just trying to stay positive and roll with what we can control.
So what team survived then?
Basketball, soccer. Help me out, guys. What else is there?
hockey.
Hard to think of.
Field hockey, a lot of them.
I mean, we have 25 sports and 7 got cut, so there remain, I guess, just even 18.
So if I could get this right, it's not money, it's that they want to transfer the funds for all these teams that are surviving.
It's like it's money without saying it's money, I think. And again, like I'm sure it's a multitude of different things, but again, everything's money right now. Private schools are struggling. Small schools that have sports are struggling. I mean, even schools like Stanford are cutting programs, which is crazy. So, it's a bigger issue. But that doesn't mean that we're not going to try to stop it.
So what is it to do then at you guys' end?
Yeah, sorry, I keep talking. I guess.
I guess don't be scared, boys.
No,
I
you're
mean,
good.
everyone got to get a little 5 cents in there.
I guess it was just, I don't know. The goal is to just make them realize it would be a mistake to get rid of our team. Like that's the only way we can do it. We're gonna play as hard as we can play this season. Hopefully, we'll make a run. I mean, it'd be hard to cut a team that went from 10 wins 3-4 years ago to making a run at the Atlantic 10 championship. So I mean,
I think we're really trying to prove the bond that we have. So all the past alumni and the future players, we all share a special bond. Maybe we don't have the great facilities, but we really express the grind and do what we can, and that makes us closer. So Santor graduated multiple years before I even got here, and he's one of my good friends. It's just the bonds that we make throughout practices and the everyday life here. And the people who don't actually participate and play baseball probably don't see that, and that's what we're trying to really get out is, it's more than just baseball. We're a family here, and we're really trying to save the culture so we can look back in a couple of years.
I mean, it's crazy you say that because, I mean, Manny used to go to FDU, and our facilities are nothing special either, but you guys seem really close. So is it just that underdog mentality that keeps you guys as close as you guys are?
I think it is, definitely. Yeah.
we don't have amazing facilities either. It's just everyone wants to – we all look forward to being on the field together every day. So, I mean –
we enjoyed it. We enjoy, other than baseball, we like being with each other. We like hanging out with each other. Practice is fun. Games are fun.
And the best thing is when people count us out because of this lack of facilities or, they don't know what LaSalle is. And then they come into town and we beat them. I mean, I remember my freshman year, VCU came into our field. They made fun of the graffiti on the walls, and then we beat them 2 out of 3. So it was hey, you can make fun of our field all you want to, but we're going to kick your ass when it comes down to it. So, it's
yes, sir.
That's what I like to hear, my boy.
Yeah. So.
That's that underdog mentality. I love it. Not only are you, like Ali said, you're bringing this underdog mentality even through now. You guys are bringing it so you can really have that program back. And that's a lot of dedication. You know what I mean? That's that family culture. So now talk to me about what you guys have been putting together in order to kind of get – is it the funds, you would say? The funds to get the program back? Is that what is necessary, I guess?
Yeah, I mean, they've told us a ton of different numbers. So we're really just going at it with the best shot we have, which is not only raising money, but also bringing other opportunities to the table that are going to get them money on a year-to-year basis. So, again, we've heard anything from, $9 million to $100 million. Which,
Jesus.
Any of those numbers are ridiculous, especially when you consider that baseball costs less than $300,000 to operate on a yearly basis. So it's okay, we know what it costs to operate. Don't tell us a number like that. So again, we're not really worried about that. We're just going to try to build as much as good of a business plan as possible. So that's what us alumni are working on, while these guys are doing this type of stuff and really showing out to the world why it's so important to save LaSalle baseball. So it's great to have both sides of this going on, but they've been awesome.
My question,
James,
James,
I
is
got yeah,
go,
hold on. I got a question. I was gonna say I have a question for you, James. The fact that you're an alumni, you're not even really associated with baseball anymore, yet you bring yourself to this and you're really helping your brothers out. What made you make this decision that, you know what, I may be, fine at where I'm at now. I could be working at another firm, et cetera, but I'm gonna go back and help my program out. What made you make that decision?
So one piece of it, is definitely that, these again, they're still my boys. Like, I don't know like Manny and Scanlon as well as I do the other guys, but again, like through this, like we're all boys now, and again, we're all explorers. So no matter what, like I have a conversation, dap them up, no matter what, because we have that bond. That's just how it is. But again, like playing with these guys, knowing what the program has done for me, like there's no way I can't let this just happen. So again, I'm like, it's not all me, and there's a lot of people helping out behind the scenes. So, I kind of just said, hey, let's do a town hall and just get ideas flowing. And then from there, it just kind of took off. So again, I'm lucky that my job that I have right now lets me do this kind of, I work in sports, so it does kind of go hand in hand. But again, I just like, I can't just sit back and I have my jersey up there, I have my hat back there. Like LaSalle's part of my identity. Like I can't imagine not having them to watch when I'm at work one day. Like I'm watching them play on like a Friday afternoon or Friday night. Like that's the type of stuff that as an alumni that we love. So
So how was the news broken out to you guys? Like, how did you guys find out? Like, this is what's going on.
Our head coach hit us up and told us to join a Zoom with like 30 minutes notice.
Out of nowhere.
Yeah, out of nowhere. And then we got on the Zoom with the other 6 teams and our athletic director, and he pretty much just told us straight up how it was, and that was it. No notice, no anything. Just told us, dropped it.
So do you guys feel disrespected for that? Like, not even like, hey guys, we're having a meeting tomorrow or nothing. It was like 30 minutes, like hop on a Zoom.
Yeah, and 100%. Also just because it's because of a lot of they said they've been doing like an analysis for a while too, but we didn't know about that either. And it's a process that dates back over a year, and no one has known about it until 30 minutes before. And even with that notice, 30 minutes before, we didn't know what the meeting was going to entail.
Jesus. This sounds worse than, I was just going to say, Ali, this sounds worse than, telling the team that, the season's canceled because of COVID. Now this is like legit, like your careers could be canceled at LaSalle. Like that's insane.
Yeah, it's a life-altering decision.
Seriously.
They don't know how like
somehow you guys are putting together stuff. Now, are you guys doing GoFundMe's as well before I get into like the biggest thing?
Yes.
Yep. So okay. GoFundMe, alumni pledges. We have a merchandise tour that just came out today. So we're really trying to just do as much as we can to generate some of that money there. But that's really the supplemental stuff. And we need some of the heavy hitters to come in with the money and really help us out there. So we're making progress.
Now, I was going to ask, go ahead. Somebody going to say?
Yeah. Going back to what Colin Scanlon was saying about how they've been like thinking about this for like the past 15 months. It's just frustrating because if they would have told us like ahead of time, we would have been putting effort into saving the program months ago. Whereas now we have to, come up with whatever funds we need and whatever
$100 million.
Yeah, exactly. And now it's like, when we could have known this like 6 months ago. That's why it's frustrating. So
all these guys now, they have to find, whether it's new schools, whatever it is, like it's not just them, it's their parents too. And we're in a global pandemic where you can't really go visit schools. Rosters are going to be expanded, so it's just putting them in such a bad situation. So I mean, again, the school, I'm sure they didn't want to do this. I'm sure, again, I understand that there's difficult financial times, but man, these guys are going through hell right now, and so are their families, and it's just unfair to throw it on them like that. So there's enough going on in this world to have to worry about this now too.
It hurts. It's it's crazy to hear this because I mean I'm a former Division I player myself. I was a shortstop at FDU, and due to a condition I have, I can't play anymore. And it's like People don't realize how hard it is to go Division One. Like that's a dream come true. Am I wrong? Like, what was that feeling like for you guys when you guys realized, like, oh shoot, like I did it. I did the next step, because the next step after that is pros. So, what is that feeling like? How hard didn't we have to work to get to where we are?
Pretty hard.
Extremely hard.
Really hard.
A huge sacrifice.
Definitely a lot. Yeah, definitely a lot of sacrifices as you're growing up through all them years playing travel ball and stuff. All your weekends are packed, summer and fall, so it's definitely tough. But definitely worth it once you realize where it got you, and it's
Not to mention,
It's only just starting once you get to college too.
Exactly. It's just like, I mean, like making Division One is one thing, but it's like now it's like I'm here now. It's time to develop myself and make myself a better player. And it's like all of a sudden they cut the program like that. So what are the freshmen? Anyone here freshmen? How are the freshmen feeling after that type of news? Do you guys know by any chance?
I feel like they're pretty upset about it. I mean, we all are. We're just trying to take it like one day at a time. We're really trying to. I feel like, based on all of our guys, we have a really core group of dudes that are really committed to our program and everything like that. And even the freshmen, even some of the kids that are committed to our school are really bought into our program. And I don't really think anyone wants to leave anytime soon, just because we're only going up from here, and we've only been getting better.
I mean,
a lot more to go into it that I don't think people, like the freshmen, are definitely upset and really don't know what to do like everyone else, but everyone's bought into the program enough to, I think, really want to stick it out.
So, I mean, I feel like you guys have done everything, because you guys got Barstool to kind of jump in on this, or at least promote you guys. Can you guys please tell me how the heck did you guys get Barstool to even
How the
notice
hell did this happen?
Yeah.
Dave Portnoy representing LaSalle. Who would have thought,
I love
man?
him.
Prez,
Somebody
baby.
talk about it.
The Prez, baby, the Prez. Love him.
This is insane.
That's a James question.
Yeah, I mean,
Or
look, I'm a big Barstool guy, and I work in sports betting. So as they opened up their sports book in Pennsylvania, I was like, look, Prez thinks he's the king of Philly. He says he's the king of Philly. Like, this is his chance to step up and really, make his mark by helping out a college baseball program in need. And honestly, man, I just tweeted at him one morning, like didn't even think twice about it. And then it kind of blew up. And then later that day, he just replied to me. I was on a call for work, and my face just turned like completely red. I was like, Dave Portnoy just responded to me, and he said, what do I have to do to help? And my boss was like, you better get off this call right now and go figure out how to get him to help you. So somebody sent me his email. I started emailing him, said, look, we're really in need right now. We can use somebody like yourselves help. And I laid out a few ideas of how we can help us, and the pizza review being the easiest, just because proximity to where their headquarters is in Philly and stuff. And
wait, I'm gonna stop you right there. Hold up. You missed a major step. So he hits you up. How do you get his number? How does this going on? What is he saying on the phone? Like, what is going on? Please take me moment by moment here, please.
Well, so he responded to me and said, what do I have to do, or what I got to do? And then I responded to him, and he didn't get back to me. So then somebody else, like the next morning, he's on his like David Day Trader like live stream, and he's like, oh, somebody told me I have to save LaSalle baseball, but nobody got back to me. What do I have to do? Somebody tell me what I have to do, and I'll save the freaking program. So I was like, hey man, I responded to you, but he has a lot of Twitter mentions.
Yeah, literally.
So somebody literally just DM'd me his email, and I was like, if this could be it, this could not be it, but I'm gonna give it a shot. I emailed him, and then literally later that day, he just responded to me, and he was very cool about it. He just asked, like, what do I have to do? How much do you have to raise? And then again, I laid out a few ideas. And again, the pizza review was the easiest, just because I knew from the publicity side, it would just get us a lot of views and a lot of people to care about the cause. And he was open for it. So from there, it was a little bit stressful, just waiting to get confirmation of like when it would be, how obviously to get all these guys involved the right way. And honestly, it went better than possibly expected. I mean, it really went off without a hitch for the most part, right, guys? I mean, it was a fun day, and I think hopefully these guys remember it forever. But it did a lot for our program, just from
when I
out there.
I was just gonna say, when I saw the pizza review, that first off, genius chess move that you chose the pizza review. That is the biggest thing that he does, and of course you got the right move with that. I saw Manny in, and I was like, wait, LaSalle baseball. Where the hell is Manny? Hold on. We had him on the show previously. I see Manny going crazy in the back. I was like, oh my God, this is insane. So again, thank God we're shedding light on this. Like, this is awesome. Like, so what is he doing now to help you? Has he made a decision?
So we never really wanted to ask him for money. It was never about that. It was, again, more just to build that, again, make people care about it. Because a lot of people don't know what LaSalle is. And I think now a lot of people do, way more than they did last week. So that was the goal there. And anything else that they do or did is just, honestly, that's just icing on the cake. Like, he wore a LaSalle shirt on, I think it was like Sunday night, like their football betting stream. Like, that's huge for him just to wear a LaSalle shirt. I mean, he's just doing that type of stuff. And I think he honestly does care about the program being saved. So, I'm going to continue to update him behind the scenes. And, again, they've done 2 million plus views on pizza reviews. I don't know what the equivalent is in dollars, but it's pretty significant. So, again, I don't want to go pick in his pocket for any money. He's already done enough. But, man, it was pretty cool how they did it. But
so do you guys see the funds coming in? Like, who's the one that administrates all this? Like, sees all the money? Because $100 million, Jesus Lord Christ, $100 million to raise $100 million, especially during these times right now. Come on, this school gotta work.
The school, so it's not gonna happen. I mean, that's just like
literally. Yeah,
the endowment of the school is $80 million. So if you're telling us we need to raise more than the endowment of the entire school just to save 6 programs that majority of them are revenue generating, like, that doesn't make any sense. So
that makes no sense.
So we're trying to, again, find unique ways to build to get this money in. We're making significant progress, and again, this isn't just to save us; it's really to save a lot of these programs, and then also make the school better from facilities, for the general classes there for all the students, not just athletes either. So that's kind of our goal, and I think as we continue to spread the message that that's the goal, and it's not just baseball, it's bring a lot more people in to help too.
So when oh, you go.
Going off of what James said, like, it really isn't all about the money. It's mainly about, like, bringing publicity and, like, exposure to LaSalle. And so, kind of like how Portnoy said, light a fire under their asses, like the people that are, like, in charge of this and the people that are trying to take a Division I baseball program away from, like, the Philadelphia community. And, as long as we do that, as long as, us, the players, keep, pushing the idea to save LaSalle baseball, I think we'll be sitting in a pretty good spot.
So meeting the Prez in person, how is he like?
He's the man.
The big man.
Just as cool as he seems in person.
Yeah, he's cool.
He was very approachable.
Really?
We almost got hit by a bus crossing the street, or truck, but when we got there, he just talked to us for a while. Like, he was happy to be there.
Man, isn't that like a dream come true, being a Barstool fan, like watching someone like that, an entrepreneur, just literally just take that Barstool where it is now? That just keeps on growing more and more every day.
Yeah.
Man, oh man.
What was the pizza review like though? Like, how was the pizza? Like, what was I know that you rated it. It was like a low score. I think it was like, what was it, like a five something?
I gave it a 5.7.
Yeah, you guys all rated it.
I picked up the slice. My cheese melted right off and hit the ground.
Flop.
Dude, the flop was crazy. And then it was the hottest slice of pizza I've ever eaten in my life.
So why did you guys treat that pizzeria?
It's the only one we have.
Yeah,
it's literally
gets the job done.
Yeah,
it's very drunk pizza. That's really what it is. It's like, I think I gave it a 6.7. It's like an 8 drunk, because honestly, you need food so bad at like 2 a.m. That's all you got. So
dude, a chicken finger might be a 9.
The chicken fingers?
Chicken finger pizza.
Yeah, I'm on a diet right now, so I can't be thinking of chicken fingers. You know what I'm saying? But so wait, who picked out the guys that were gonna do the review?
I feel like we were just standing right there, and Santor was just like, "Yo, get in the back."
I didn't want to be in it, honestly. Like, I wanted it to be about them, and then, like, I was standing next to him and talking to him because I'd emailed him, and then all of a sudden he comes out. I was like, all right, well, here we go. And then I was like, all right, go, James, get in here. Like, it just happened. Like, I felt bad about it, but it worked out.
I would say it was
you on the spot.
I would say it was hilarious when he goes, well, so what year are you? You're like, I graduated 4 years ago. He's like, what the heck?
I was like, dude, I told you this. Like, I told you in the emails, man.
But, that was amazing. Yes, seeing that on Instagram, I think Sal's the one who told me. And I was like, no way. And I right away, like, I think hit a Manny. And bro, just getting Barstool to come there is actually nutty within itself, without a doubt.
Sheesh, man.
So
That's great that you guys have positivity out of it, because my next question was like, although like again, that number is just insane. Like $100 million again, that's how the hell is that possible? You guys are gonna make that much money.
Yeah,
So my question was like, how do you guys stay positive through all of this, no matter what?
I think a big part of it is like what we're going to show people what we can do in the spring, because that alone will back up everything we're fighting for, saying how we're a family, the pace we're on. Like they said, they looked at past results for an example, and we, like you said, we won 10 years my freshman year, and 2 years later we win 25. We break the home run record for the school. Our pitchers broke the strikeout record. I mean, we brought in 3 nationally ranked recruiting classes. So we just want to go out there and prove it, and that's definitely a big part of our drive right now and staying positive.
I mean, I saw that Brian ended up leaving, right, because of the situation. How was Brian an impact to you guys? Because I know Brian was there right before my accident. So like, Brian is someone I always looked up to. So how was he like when he walked into your?
He was
onto the
awesome.
field?
Who's the man?
He was
Yeah.
the best.
Loved him.
Awesome.
Made you run crazy, right?
They make us run crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, the pitcher's working.
Yeah.
It's worth it now.
But he also,
Grateful for it though.
Yeah,
We're in
absolutely.
great shape.
He changed
Did you guys see any difference when Brian got there? Did he change you guys' velo? How was that impact
Absolutely.
in your performances?
He never tried to do too much. Like he didn't try to change everyone's mechanics and all that. He didn't try to do too much. He just worked with what we all had and made us better within ourselves.
And he let you do like, he would advise you what to do, and if you didn't do it, like that's on you. He made it noted, like made it a statement that's on you, and like you're only gonna hurt yourself if you don't do it. And he just made that a big point. Like I'll tell you what to do, but like if you do it, you'll get better. Like just trust me. And I think we all bought into it. That's why we really liked him.
That's the number one thing, is buying into a coach. The minute you buy in, it's over with. But it's like, I feel like Brian especially, he knows how to teach the new school of baseball, the new school of guys, where we're not going to be the players where how it used to be a drill sergeant. Now it's like kind of working with us and like teach us how to get better. Don't just tell us what to do. You know what I mean?
Individually too. It's like he would never put like one program for everybody. He would always be individual. Like he was boys with all of us, like outside of baseball too. Like just like not like he was just
literally,
really easy to talk to. Like if we ever had a question to text him, like he's always open. He was just like a good dude to learn from and talk to.
Yeah, no, when we lost Brian, go Manny.
Yeah, he made practice fun because he was so relatable to like each and every one of us. So like whenever he spoke, like there was no, everyone would listen because like as like it was said before, like everyone bought into his philosophy, and like obviously everything that he would speak about like worked. And if you decided not to listen to him, then it's on you. Then you don't want to get better. You don't want to be great. So yeah, that's why it was just so great to have him around. But unfortunately, he's on to somewhere else. So.
No, I mean, and it's crazy to hear like bigger and better, but like Brian was that. You know what I mean? Brian was a USA player in high school, goes to Miami and literally kills. So for you guys, when you guys hear this type of coach is coming, what is other feelings like?
It's unbelievable. It's awesome. It's just great knowing that someone coming in, knowing their stuff right away, and knowing that that's a dude that we can listen to, that we're going to get better and we're going to see success off of that. Like, it's just a great feeling knowing that he's going to change us in a positive direction.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's crazy, but I see that where he's at now? Nova?
Nova, Southeast.
Nova. So shout out. We had him on the pod too. When was it, Sal? Like a couple months ago?
He was one of our first episodes, like first 5 episodes. If I'm not mistaken, probably our 4th or 5th. And again, I don't even play baseball like that. Like I'm a big, basketball guy, but hearing his mentality and the way he talks about the sport, how he coaches, again, going back to what you guys were talking about, like the individual aspect, that's the best thing to get out of a coach that's focusing on you rather than the performance. He wants to make sure that 1, you're mentally okay, and 2, you're physically okay in following the procedures and the tasks he's given you. That's important, and I think that's unbelievable coaching.
So before we let you guys go, what are you guys doing now to stay active? You guys still have practices? I mean, I know COVID flipped the whole world upside down. So what are you guys doing to stay active right now?
I mean, there's a lot of restrictions on practice. You can only practice in real small bubbles on the field, like a couple days a week. But I mean, we have this we have a facility with a lot of time slots, 4 or 5 days a week that we can go to. It's about 30 minutes away. It's not bad. And a lot of people actually show up that, that live within a reasonable distance. So we all show up there and we grind there because, I mean, got to work with what we got.
What would you
And
guys
it's
go, Manny?
something that goes into it is that like all these restrictions and everything and like all the COVID stuff, like at the end of the day, like it's just fuel. Like to us, we just see it as fuel because we know for a fact that once we hop back on the field, like I always talk to Gluck about this, like it's exciting because one, we have all this stuff that's going on with LaSalle and like trying to save it and them trying to take it away from us. And we have all these restrictions with COVID. So once we hop back on the field, like I know I'm like speaking for everyone when I say that, like it's just gonna be different, and everyone's gonna be working together. Everyone's gonna be working as a whole, and it's just exciting to just think about. And I just can't wait. So
yeah, knowing that there's a chance that this is, like I hate to even say, but a chance that this is the last year for LaSalle baseball. Like we really want to go out with a bang, and like this is the motivation's through the roof right now. Like we have nothing else to do besides go out and ball and win the A10. And I think that's like all we're thinking about, all the same mindset right now.
Love it, man. Love it. You guys are going to win it all. I know it is. Like, come back and, like, 100 million? Take that. Because, for real, it's like, come on now. Like, come on. Be serious. Like, 100 mil. Like, this thing is pissing me off thinking about it in my head.
Yeah.
So, where can people go to donate? What can people do to help?
Yeah, so we have a GoFundMe. So basically, if you go to Save LaSalle Baseball on Instagram, that's kind of the hub for everything. So at Save LaSalle Baseball, there's a link in the bio there that you can go, and that'll take you to my Twitter page, which is kind of the hub on Twitter for Save LaSalle Baseball, which is at James Santor. And then it also has the GoFundMe, a link to a petition that as many people we need to sign as possible. That's something else we can bring to the school. We have a merchandise store that just dropped today, so there's some really cool stuff there. We're going to continue to update that with new gear throughout the next few weeks. And that's really it. I mean, just continue to like and share all of our stuff. We're going to continue to come out with content. You'll see these guys' faces a lot the next few weeks as we kind of talk about their stories and why LaSalle means so much to them. We're just going to continue to move on with this stuff. Like right now, again, people know what this is. They care about this, and you just got to keep it rolling. So the more the people that know about it, the better chance we have of saving it. And again, all the publicity we've had thus far has given us a lot of avenues to help save the program as a result. So just got to keep it rolling. So go follow Save LaSalle Baseball. Go follow myself at James Santor, and then go to the links in our bios, and you can find everything you need there.
For sure. We're going to put it on the description. I mean, I'll put it on my bio. I'm no one special, but without a doubt, the more people that know, the better it is. And without a doubt, boys, I mean, Sal, do you have anything?
I mean, I thought this was amazing. I think this was very informational, and people needed to know. This is something that everybody's going through a huge problem, huge conflicts right now, according with the global pandemic that's taking place. And of course, you guys are probably not the only, like you said, you're not the only program being heavily affected. I mean, there's so many kids that, one, they're losing their scholarships. Like you guys, this is such a, an aid to your families, being debt free. And now you got to deal with this. It's sad. So I'm praying that you guys are getting the opportunity in the future. Hopefully everything works out individually as well. If in case, God forbid this doesn't happen. And again, anything else, Ali? I mean, this was an amazing episode.
I hope the press puts down a crazy amount, though. For real, I mean.
Hopefully,
I'm waiting for the email, man. I'm waiting for the email.
Hey, man, we're definitely gonna shout out, this program, this episode. Hopefully Barstool notices us. Maybe we'll get a spot on Barstool. Who knows? But ladies and gentlemen,
that's selfish, Sal. That was a selfish comment right there, Sal. That was selfish. No, we're out here to help you boys out. For real. On
of course.
Yeah, no, I
Boston,
know, but
Boston. Of course. Seriously though, we definitely, like I said, we're gonna make the promos out of it. Instagram, Twitter. We're gonna make sure we reach out to everybody, especially through YouTube and again through this podcast. We're hoping the best for everybody individually.
Anything we could do
Ladies
to help,
and gentlemen.
boys. Appreciate you guys having on the show. Send it out, Sarah.
Ladies and gentlemen, this was the Final Two podcast with LaSalle Baseball. Thank you again, and peace.